Hello guys, and welcome back to some more World of Warcraft Classic TBC. Yes, we are in the Booty Bay Inn, where we are sitting in front of a book that I haven't been reading in. I think we should start this episode by reading up on a little bit of a lore. Okay, I guess I can't click it.
Though he had defeated all of the people he now saw as his enemies, Arthas was still haunted by the ghost of Kel'Thuzad. The ghost told Arthas that he needed to be revived for the next phase of the Lich King's plan. To revive him, Arthas needed to bring Kel'Thuzad's remains to the mystical Sunwell, hidden within the High Elves' eternal kingdom of Quel'Thalas. Arthas and his scourge invaded Quel'Thalas and laid siege to the elves' crumbling defenses. Sylvanas Windrunner, the Ranger General of Silvermoon, put up a valiant fight, but Arthas eventually eradicated the High Elf army and battled through to the Sunwell. In a cruel gesture of his dominance, he even raised Sylvanas' defeated body as a banshee, cursed to endless undeath in the service of Quel'Thalas' conqueror. Ultimately, Arthas submerged Kel'Thuzad's remains within the holy waters of the Sunwell. Although the potent waters of eternity were fouled by this act, Kel'Thuzad was reborn as a sorceress Lich. Resurrected as a far more powerful being, Kel'Thuzad explained the next phase of the Lich King's plan. By the time Arthas and his army of the dead turned southward, not one living elf remained in Quel'Thalas. The glorious homeland of the High Elves, which had stood for more than 9,000 years, was no more.
Wait, what? High Elves? Is there High Elves in World of Warcraft? No, there are not. Wait, there are Night Elves and Blood Elves? High Elves? I thought that was like Warhammer. I thought only Warhammer had High Elves. Well, you learn something new by doing the lore, I guess. Glorious homeland of the High Elves. Huh. That's interesting, actually. I had no idea. I mean, most of that story I knew, but the High Elves part, that had gone over my head. Anyway, we got a couple of quests to turn in, both here and further up north in Stranglethorn, so I guess we will... Maybe it's up here? No, out here? Yeah, there we go, okay. Hello.
Greetings.
Ah, what a great day for the Blackwater Raiders. 3 cheers to you, Relum.
Yep, it's all done. Oh, it was actually the only quest we had to deliver here. Did I forget to... yeah, we need to speak to someone. We can actually get rid of some of our stuff. Nope, he's a raider. Okay, never mind then. I guess we can fly up to... what's it called? Grumgol first. Because we got 2 quests we can deliver up there. And there we can also sell a bit of our gear. So, yeah, I'm gonna fly up there, guys.
Service?
You can be of service of us riding to Grumgol. Thank you kindly. Alright, here we are, and we got a quest right here with Farsia Mokthadin.
Has fortune been on your side, Relum? Were you able to obtain an aged gorilla sinew?
Yep, we did.
A most ideal sinew, Relum. Your efforts will pay off soon.
Thank you.
There is but one final reagent needed to complete the enchantment. In the south, towards the western coast, high above the bluffs, lies a holy spring. This spring is the subject of great conflict amongst religious and mystical scholars. Every race in Azeroth claims that the spring waters were made divine for their people. My final request of you, bring to me holy spring water. Be warned. An expedition of Naga explorers have advanced upon the spring. They will need to be dealt with as well.
We have actually already killed quite a few of these, and we have actually, in one of the previous episodes, clicked that spring. Yeah, so... Well, there we go. We need to go back there and do it again. And kill some more Nagas, but that's all good. Let's check out what Kinwele or Wele. I don't know.
Zansel the Outcast. If Yenneku is held by the Troll, a vile and powerful witch doctor, then I fear that only a faint hope remains. Faint, and tiny as the smallest insect. But still, it is hope.
Okay.
Legends tell of a jewel, hidden deep in the heart of Stranglethorn. We call it the Mind's Eye, and it has great powers. If you gain this eye then, perhaps, we can use it to bring lost Yenneku back from the darkness. I will consult with the spirits of the jungle to find the Mind's Eye. While I do this, you enter the Kristhalvin mine, southeast of here, and gather pulsing blue shards from my angel basilisks. The shards are rare, but we will need their magic to bend the Mind's Eye to our will.
Okay. I'm not sure what that quest is, actually. I don't remember that one. It's down here. No, that's the Naga. So where is... Oh, it's over here. Okay, I guess we're gonna go there first, actually, and get these basilisk blue shards. We got still a couple of quests here to do in Stranglethorn. Yeah, we've been here for a long time, but it is a pretty big area, and it is, you know, one of the main areas you're gonna go through as questing comes, right? It's and I kind of like it. I mean, for the most part, except for this part down here, the coast in the last episode, that was getting to me. That was getting to me. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna run towards the pulsing blue shard here. So I guess I'll cut it for you guys again. Right. I am pretty sure you can get to these shards from this area. I think it's inside the cave. Actually, there is a cave that go all the way through here. I think it's in there. So I think we're gonna go down here first and kill some nagas and also kill some. What else do we actually need to kill here? I think we were doing it down here in a couple of episodes ago where we killed some of these sandseals, whatever their name is. But we also need that spyglass and foot from someone in here. So I think we're gonna get ourselves down there before we are getting to the cave, because I think we can go up here behind this area and get to the cave after that. So that's kind of my plan. Yeah, so all good, all good. Well, no, not all is good in the world. Absolutely not. I mean, it's, again... Oh, can we go in here and get it? You know what? I think we actually need to go in this way and get it. Yeah, so we will get the basilisk first. He's probably gonna hunt us down. But yeah, I'm just gonna go through him, because I think it's further in. And I don't really want to fight all these guys. Yeah, I think it's in the tunnel. Or... I'm not sure. I thought we were to kill basilisk here, but... Yeah, it seems like it's only in the tunnel. So let's get in here. Maybe it's something we even need to pick up. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, there they are. Okay, Iron Jaw Basilisk. There we go. So... Hot topic for the day, right? It's not a good one. It's really not a good one. It's a horrible, absolutely horrible one. It is mass shootings in the United States, right? No, not just that. It's school shootings. School shootings, not just mass shootings, just school shootings in the United States, right? So this is the day after the last... I mean, there could be more by now, but, you know... Jesus. Yeah, really hot topic. Not a hot topic, it's a horrible topic, right? It's a horrible topic. But, you know, it's... Oh, man. Yeah, it's the day after the one in Texas, Uvadale, or whatever the small city was called. And... I feel like this one is a little bit different to the rest. That's why that's why I'm picking it up, because I didn't pick the one up in New York or Buffalo or where it was the last time. That wasn't a school shooting anyway. So this one. Now it might sound very tough what I'm about to say here, but if you're a guy that gets picked on by your classmates and maybe even your teachers and stuff, there is at least some kind of... I'm not saying it, but it is crazy. There is some kind of crazy logic to go in and kill those guys, right? Someone your own age, someone that picked on you in class. There is some logic applied to that. Crazy, but still there is some logic. Going in, shooting someone or a whole bunch of people that are 10 years younger than you in elementary school, it makes no sense. There are absolutely no logic here. I mean, there could be I mean, you might even know it now, but like it's still kind of new where I am. And so far, there is not really any story applied. Yeah, we know he killed his grandmom or something like that, or granny or something before that. But there is not really any... What is this... Why? Why would you go in and kill someone that young? I mean, even when you're the most sicko guy in the world, you have some kind of reasoning behind it. But I have a hard time finding this one, right? It's like there are no apparent logic behind it. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to figure out, and there is probably that's probably what many of you would say. Yeah, there is no logic applied to it. There is never a good reason to go in and shoot kids, right? But that's what I'm saying. If you are someone that is getting picked on, and then there is a logic applied to it, right? Then you have a reason to go in and kill these guys. As absurd as it sounds, but there is a reason there. There is a logic applied to it. In this case, so far, I can't really tell. I can't really say. This 18-year-old went in, shot some very young people, some very young kids that haven't done anything to him, hadn't really... So, what I'm thinking... Could it be, and there might be some other news now that you know about that I don't know about, could it be that he never really went in with the idea of shooting the kids? Could it be that he just went in there to kill the teacher? Maybe that teacher was someone really shitty to him, right? Really, really shitty. And maybe the kids fought back. Maybe they attacked him. I don't know. I mean, an 11-year-old attacking someone, not unheard of, right? And, shit can happen. I mean, of course shit can happen when you take a freaking gun into school. But that seems a little bit... Are we already done here? Yeah, we are done. Wow. That went... Maybe it's a 100% drop chance. I didn't notice because I'm talking about really hard topics here. But I don't think so. I don't think that is... I don't think that's it. I'm just saying that could be something. That could be... That's something logical that I can think of that could have happened, you know? No matter how crazy it still is. But I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. I'm just saying that could be it. Because I think I saw something just an hour ago or something like that. That he did actually post something about on Instagram or wherever it was, or Twitter, whatever, that kids shouldn't be safe in school or something about that. So I don't think that's the case anymore. But that it's I don't know, man. I just don't understand. Why would you go in and shoot kids in elementary school? It's such a crazy thought set to have, even for the most crazy guy in the world. Even for the most crazy. Even for the most crazy, that's crazy, right? It's just even for someone that is willing to go in and kill someone who have done him wrong, even to that guy, it's still crazy to go in and kill someone that young, that haven't done anything to you, that doesn't mean anything to you. It's so far out there. So yeah, that's of course completely horrible, completely out of this world almost. It feels like something different compared to all the... I don't know if that ever happened before. I can't remember it happening before in all my lifetime, that someone is going in and shooting someone 10 years younger than themselves in an elementary school. I cannot remember that happening before. I do not remember that ever being the case. It seems so far from reality, right? All right, so that's one part of it. That's one part of it. Then you can, and that's probably already getting, why did he do it, and why is it happening? Why does it keep happening in the US and not so much in other parts of the world? Why? Because the statistics are not lying here. There is definitely something about not only just school shootings, but mass shootings in general, just shootings in general in the US. But let's just stay on the topic here and say just school shootings, because there is no other place on. You can go find it yourself. The information here. There are no other place that have this amount of school shootings. Not only mass shootings, but just school shootings where you have guns in school and they are shooting with them. Nowhere else. I mean, yeah, it's happening elsewhere, but not to this extent. Not to this extent, man. So why is that happening? I mean, I'm not American. I have never lived in America, so I can't really exactly tell what the hell is going on. I don't have, but it's don't have a good answer. I really don't. I can't say it's because of this. I can't. I think it's a mix of many things. I think it's a mixture of many things. A development over years. If I were to use one single word about it, I would say mentality. It is an American mentality, and you might sit there, if you're American, you're thinking, that's not my mentality, that's for sure. But it kind of is. It kind of is. And again, I'm not American, so I shouldn't even, you know. But there is definitely... there is something extreme about America. In the way many Americans think. There is something extreme about it. I'm not saying you are extreme in all your viewpoints, but there is something extreme about Americans. Right? And if you develop that kind of mentality in your education, in your system, over years, you will be more extreme compared to your peers, compared to European countries, compared to Australia, and Australia is also a little bit extreme, I would say. But anyway, compared to many other countries, compared to Africa, compared to most of African countries, you are extreme in your viewpoints, right? That's how I see it from the outside. America have some very, very extreme, if we generalize America, right? They have some extreme viewpoints. Mentality, sorry, not viewpoints, but mentality, very extreme mentality. About how they do things, how they speak, how they rest themselves in their behaviors. That's the wrong sentence, but whatever. I think you know what I mean. So when did this start? I think it's always been there. I think it's more about opportunity and... I think it's always been there. I think the American mentality has always been there. It's the same, but it has been developing over the years, of course. And when I'm saying over the years, I mean like hundreds of years. It's always been there, at least in my opinion, from what I know about the history of America and seeing it unfold in my lifetime as well. It feels like it's always been there. There is Wilkins right here. Let's see if we can shoot through the walls here and get him. Maybe not. Maybe we can... Nah, he doesn't like that. Maybe we can go this way around? Oh, hello. So, yeah. I think it's always been there. But... And I do not think that it got anything to do with laws. I mean, what is happening right now with all these shootings the past 20, 30 years... It doesn't have anything to do with laws. I don't think it has. I think it's mentality. And here's my reasoning behind it. There have never been a mass shooting in Denmark. Now, Denmark is the same size as some of the smallest states in the US, population-wise. And there have never been a mass shooting here. There have been a mass shooting, but not a school shooting. Never. Not even in Sweden, not even in Norway. Never been a school shooting. There have been, I shouldn't laugh about it, but there has been killings in schools with swords and knives. But that's something else, and it's not happened more than once, to my knowledge. Anyway, back on topic here. I lost my. I kind of lost it here. Hold on. So yeah, right. So we have never had any kind of school shootings. Now, would I be able to do what is... If I was the insane person here and I was that 18-year-old, would I be able to do that in Denmark? Yes. Absolutely. 100% yes is the answer. I would be able to get a gun and I would be able to go down into an elementary school and shoot someone. Okay. Now, and that goes for anyone in Denmark. You could do that. You could definitely, manage to do that. Would you get caught beforehand? It depends, right? It depends, right? But I could also go down and pick up a lorry or a truck and mow down, you know, a kindergarten. Same effect. Basically same effect. You could also do that in America, right? Just down the sidewall, you should just mow them down with a truck. Have same effect as a gun. So, so why is it not happening here, but in America? Well, back to the mentality. There is just something about how the entirety, and it could be many things, education, the law system, just there's so many things inside mentality to look at, and I'm not an expert, right? But there are so many things inside mentality that you have to look at that but you could say, why is it not happening somewhere else? Because it's not even in my thought process. Like, it's not even... If you take the average 18-year... Okay, we might be in a problem here. We might be in a problem here. I pulled way too much. Well, I do have the mana, but I might not have the health. Okay. Just need to concentrate here before I'm continuing my talk about America, right? Okay. Whoops, wrong key. And remember, this is just my opinion and my thought set about it. It's don't get mad. Don't get mad because you're whatever American or Canadian. I mean, is it happening in Canada as well? I don't even know, but I don't think so, actually. I don't think it's as bad in Canada. Anyway, there is a reason why it is happening in America and not in many other places to the same extent. That's what I'm trying to say. We are kind of done in this area, but we also need those... yeah, we actually need the same things here that we do the other place. We might as well just stay here and kill some more. And... how do I kind of lost it here. I kind of lost it, but I knew what I was trying to say. I kind of lost it. Like, you would never... Would it happen in Denmark as well? Would it ever happen here as well? Probably. Give it enough time. Yeah, it will happen, right? Anywhere. It will happen. Like I said, it happened in Sweden just with knives and a sword. Not a gun. But it's the same thing. It doesn't matter if it's guns, it's swords, it's a car or a truck, or... It doesn't matter. If you do it with intent, then it's the same thing. It doesn't matter what weapon you use to do it with, right? So, what I'm saying is, I don't believe it got anything to do with guns. Of course, the access that you have to guns in America is a lot further than you have in European countries, generally speaking, at least. And that is actually not true. That is actually what... It's the case with Denmark. We don't have a lot of guns around. But you could still get one if you wanted it, right? But the access to guns are, of course, a lot more easy to get in America compared to here. But, if you go to Norway, if you just go across the border to Norway here, that is not the case. There are a lot of guns in Norway. Like, a ton. Same go with Switzerland. Same go with Czech Republic. Same goes with, I believe, Romania. And I also believe in Croatia. So a lot of European countries have even more guns than America. Or at least to almost the same extent. But they do not have that problem. So I do not believe it is a gun problem. I simply cannot see how that's going to be a gun problem. Because they have the same access to the weapons as America has. So again, we're back at... It's not a gun problem, it's a mentality problem. And when I'm saying mentality, I think it starts with education. We have to look at why is these young people, because for the most case, pretty much every single time, it seems to be someone that have been in the same school system, still a young guy, usually a guy. I don't think I've ever heard about a woman doing it. I mean, that's another thing to look at, right? But it seems to always be someone within the school system or have been there in the past few years' time that is doing it. Why? Is it because he is being let down by the system? By the education system, and also in generally the law system? I think that would be the case for many of the times. I don't think you can put it on mental illness, because there are mental ill people in Croatia, there are mental ill people in Czech Republic, there are mental ill people in Norway, there are mentally ill people everywhere. So you can't just put it on that. You don't even as a mental ill person, you do not just pick up a weapon and go to a school and start shooting. You don't do that. It's not a mental ill problem. I don't believe that either. I don't think it's a gun problem. I don't think it's a mental ill problem. Those two things can be part of it, but they are probably not the main source of why we are seeing so many, shootings in schools in America. I think the system is rigged. Not rigged, but just broken in America. And I don't know why that is and how it became that way. But yeah, we also have to look at... So the school system or the educational system in America at the top level is pretty good. I mean, the top level is really, really good. The Yales and the Oxford and... is Oxford even... Oxford, is that in America? I don't even know. But yeah, I think so. Those top level schools, yeah, that's top. Yeah, but your lower educational systems are shite. I mean, again, go look at the information that is available on, this. You are in the lower brackets in the world. The American system is in the lower bracket. I'm saying it like you are an American listening here, but generally speaking, America is in the lower bracket of educational system. Even compared to some African nations. You know what I mean? That's where you are. You're down there. And why? How and why? I mean, that's a system that has... Either you didn't keep up with the rest of the world, or you just didn't want to, or... And I'm talking like, why did the American system fail so hard when it comes to the educational system in the lower bracket? When I'm saying the lower bracket, I'm saying like it... elementary school, high school, college. And college is probably okay. I think college is probably okay. And why am I running in circles here? I think college is okay in America, but still, it's probably not as good as it could be compared to the general standards of America, right? I'm not saying it all falls upon the educational system. There are more to it than that when we talk about mentality. But it starts there. The mentality kids get from the educational system and the feeling they get from it, that's part of how you develop a country over time. A big part of it. A very big part of it. So how you develop your kids means that over time, these kids are going to have a mentality that reflects how you do your educational system. And just doesn't seem to be working, man. It just seems to be going in the opposite direction of what you probably wanted to go. And I am absolutely no expert in how you educate kids. I can just see that from statistics that how you're educating people in US is garbage. It's garbage. And I'm not saying that it's perfect here. I'm not saying it's perfect anywhere. I'm just saying that the US got a very big problem when it comes to educating their children. A very big one. How they should change it, I honestly do not know. I do not know. I don't know. Because the culture is so different. How you use your schools and how you get into schools is very different compared to here and to what I know about. So I can't really, it's not for me to say. What I can say is that I believe that a big part of the problem in terms of shootings in schools is because of the garbage school system. Not because of gun laws, not because of mental illness. That's only a very small part of it. I think it is the length, the period of time where the garbage system have been in place is driving American people over time, over generations, into a mentality of extremeness. And it is mainly because of the educational system, to my understanding. I mean, there is the liberal kind of thinking in America is also part of it. But I think that's not it. I don't think just because you're a liberal or have a very liberal kind of state, I don't think that's it. Because there are other nations that are just as liberal as the US that do not have this problem. I think it comes down to the educational system being a very, very important part of why this is happening. Yeah. That's a very hot topic, and like I said, I could be completely wrong. You might have another opinion. That's fine. It's okay. It's okay. And like I also said, I do not live in America. I do not know much about what you learn in an American class. It's all my opinions is seen from far, right? And also from and that's what I'm saying. I do not know how you can change it. I do not know. I don't have a, I probably should have thought about that. But I have a thought about that, but I just don't have any, just don't have any really good. I don't know, man. I just don't know how you can change it in US. Or how US can change it. I just don't know. Because of how the system is. How can you change something that are such a big part of... It's an industry, It feels like an industry. That's what I'm getting to. The children is like an industry. The school system is like an industry. That's part of the mentality here, that it's an industry. You earn a lot of money from... there are so many different things happening within that school system where that almost drives the entirety of how you're doing things from when you're very, very young and all the way up until you get your first work. Or until you get work. And... seems to be a lot of pressure on kids in America. Like, way too much. Way too much pressure. And also their families. Man. It's like, if you want to get somewhere in America, you need a shit ton of money. Just from the get-go, right? It's rigged. It's totally rigged. I would say it's rigged because if you do not have the money to begin with, it's land of the free, but it is also land of the afraid. Because you would be if you are not a rich guy coming from a rich family, you can still do it. You can still come from nothing and get to somewhere. Absolutely. No. I absolutely believe that. But it is a lot harder to do it in America than it is in any European country, right? A lot harder. Because if you want to get into college, well, you better pay up, man. You better have that money. Or, well, you better work 30 years to get rid of that loan. And that's a lot of stress to put on a kid. That's a mentality of you better work hard and you better do it from the get-go. I'm not sure that's a good idea to put on the kit. But again, it's just my opinion. I just feel like it's a very, again, it's extreme. It's extreme. That's what I'm trying to say. American thought set is extreme in many areas. Oh, evaded. Okay, I can't stand up there. That's fair enough. So, having your kids knowing about that, thinking about that, and then mix it with a bit of mental illness and mix it with a bit of whatever else you can put in there, right? And then you have school shootings. Mix it with a lot of, guns in the country just being, that you can just go out and buy. I mean, I'm not saying it's that easy, but compared to here, it is very easy to get a gun in America, right? So all these kinds of extreme things put into a mix. Then you have school shootings. To an extreme. Extreme will always find more extreme. Alright? No, that's probably not the case, but if you have an extreme system, you will develop extreme people. And I believe that US have a very extreme kind of society. And that goes down to many things, not only just a couple of things. Just not the educational system. It's also the law system. You have the most prisoners in the world. Your law system is kind of rigged as well. If you're poor, you're fucked. Alright? If you don't have a good lawyer, you're fucked. That's about it, right? That's also extreme. That's also extreme. I'm not saying that's the case every time, but there's definitely something about it. It's definitely something about it. You're gonna have a hard time if you're not willing or cannot pay the money you need to get a good lawyer so you can win the case. Because more often than not, from my point of view, it seems like it is more important to have a good lawyer that can speak the truth instead of actually having the truth. The evidence is important, of course. The evidence is always important, but you can definitely get away with a lot if you have a good lawyer, right? And that goes both ways. That means money speaks. Money speaks when it comes to that system, the law or the prison system, on the law system around it, the court system, right? Money speaks. That's not the case here. Money doesn't speak at all. Not at all. It doesn't. I mean, there is some, of course, a little bit, but to very little extent. Very little. So again, we have an extreme system. Extreme system. Where what is right and wrong doesn't always apply. And yeah, all these things combined, man, it's that's where America is extreme. I'm not saying it's hello golden pearl. That's not very often you see a golden pearl, is it? Let's get rid of get rid of this horn. I'm never gonna use it. Can we? Nope, it's full. Let's just get rid of one of them. What is the chance there is another golden pearl in one of those? Yeah. Anyway, I think I have pretty much gone around this as much as I can and put my thought into it as much as I can. But that is just some of the things I'm sitting here thinking about sometimes. Is it healthy? I think so. I think if you have an open mindset toward it and don't, go down the road of just saying this is my only opinion and I cannot change my opinion, then I think it's pretty good to have a pretty healthy debate with yourself about it. Because that is kind of what I do here. I'm kind of debating with myself to get to a point where this is my logic applied to it. This is what I believe is the thing. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's what is actually it, but that is just what I got to. Well, what a topic. What a topic. And I have been spending plus 40 minutes now talking about it, almost. I felt like I needed to do that, right? Every time that when there is a very hard topic, I just like to think about them and get to the point where I'm, you know, saying, all right, that is kind of what I believe in right now. That is where I got to with the information that I have. I like doing that. I like doing that a lot, actually. And I don't think it's unhealthy. I think it's probably very, very healthy to do that. I can kind of put it to rest. Not really, but at least... probably not. But it's... it's a horrible thing. Not me thinking about it, but... it happening. Especially this one. It just felt a little bit more out there. It just felt so much more out there. It's just crazy. I mean, all school shootings, all mass shootings is crazy. All wars are crazy, all that. But yeah, sure, they are. But, you know, there are just... sometimes you just get to something where it feels a little bit different than what you know, normally have seen. And that is where you're starting thinking about it again and just thinking, what is going on here? Why is this happening? And then you start going down that road of trying to figure out what it could be, and you know, just trying to find an answer in a complete horrible situation. At least I do. That's where my mind goes. Yeah, actually, I don't think there has ever been, except from Sweden, I don't think there's ever been any killings on school ground, to my knowledge. There might have been, but at least not where it was a big media show, you know? I think that's back in maybe 2015. There was a guy in Sweden. I think it was the city of Trollhättan, or I don't know exactly how to pronounce that. I believe it was in that city where a guy in 2015 went crazy with a sword. Other than that, I don't think it have ever happened. I could be wrong, but... And if you think about how many millions of people that is, if you take the entirety of the Nordic countries or Scandinavian countries, and put that up, and compare that to, you know, something like California, because that's basically, maybe not California, maybe what could be the same size population-wise? New York, maybe? Yeah, probably, New York is probably a little bit smaller population-wise. New York is a city, so I'm also wrong about that. How many people is living in California? Like 40 million? Yeah, so it's we are a bit less than California, if you take the entire of Scandinavia. How many, but still, it's comparable. It's comparable. There are probably 22 million in Scandinavia, right? So half the size of California. Now, how many school shootings have there been in California? I don't know. I do not know. But since there have been none school shootings in at least the last 20 years I know of, even 30 years probably, in Scandinavia, compare that to the 20 million more people in California, and how many has been there? Again, I don't know, but it's more than one. It's more than one. And it's more than zero. That's for sure. Yeah, so... yeah. And like I said, Norway got plenty of guns. Even Sweden got plenty of guns. Denmark, not so much. So it's not a gun thing. I just can't see how that's... it can't be a gun thing. And that's typical. When you see something in the media, at least here in Scandinavia and also in the US, then they start talking about gun laws and why it should be more strict and stuff like that. I honestly don't think that's gonna be it. Could it be something that helped on the problem? No, I don't even believe that. I don't. I actually think it will make it worse because of the extreme mentality. I don't think Americans will take lightly to, or take some would, of course, but I overall I don't think it's a good idea to restrict the gun laws in America. I don't think that's a good idea. Overall. I don't think it will help any problems when it comes to guns or gun violence. I don't think that's the case. I think the gun violence will be there anyway. I'm just running around in circles in this episode, am I not? Just talking about guns in America. I kind of like it. Honestly, the past 40 hours has just gone by like really quickly for me. It's just bang, moving on. But yeah, I don't think that's gonna change anything. As it wouldn't change anything here. If you can apply this theory on something you probably know in America. Like, is there more problems with people getting addicted to weed because it is legal in more states now, or is legal in states now, than before? Maybe you hear more about it. It's more an open debate, but I doubt it actually is the case. I doubt more people is actually addicted. The guys and girls that would, go out and smoke anyway and would get addicted, would do that anyway, right? I'm not saying it could potentially be a little bit more, but I don't think it's exponentially higher. And you can apply that to the gun laws as well. Would you get less people killed if you banned guns completely, or have a very restricted law, have very restricted laws on guns? No, because the guys that would use the guns would find them anyway. They are there. They would find them. Like I said, you can do that in Denmark as well. There are guns. There are definitely guns here. You can go out and buy one if you really wanted to. But yeah, of course, if it is more accessible, then there is a point toward. If it's more accessible, you can easily get it, right? That's, yeah. But I don't think that leads toward more guns or more people getting addicted to weed. If we take those two scenarios, right? I don't think that's the case. At least not to much more than a few small percentage of extent. I don't think it's like very, very high numbers. But again, I do not have I don't even think they exist. I don't think there is any, information on this. I don't think I think it would be very hard, very, very hard to find any evidence of what I'm saying here. Probably. There could be, but I haven't seen it. It's just my beliefs. Anyway, that was an entire episode of killing trolls, getting a few shots, and just me talking about America. Great. Make America... No. See, I don't care. It's, Will it have an impact on me who is sitting on the American presidency? Not really. Not really. I actually spoke about this in the last episode because how the system is working in the the political system is working in America. The president in America probably have... It's very hard for a president of America to get anything through if he doesn't have all the other systems with him, like the House, the Senate, the whatever it's called, the last one. That's very hard. You need to really have, the ruling party or whatever you're calling it, right? And so he kind of have even less influence than our prime minister has over Denmark. Not, of course, a president of America would always have more influence than a Danish prime minister, of course, because it's much bigger country, GDP is just much higher. But I'm saying inside that country, our prime minister has more control over our country than the president of America has over America. Just because how the system is. Which is, again, kind of funny, right? To some extent. To some extent. That's not entirely true, but on paper it's true, but in reality, probably not as much. Anyway, I keep speaking, and yeah, it's. I mean, we should probably let's turn in this quest and then end the episode. Why not? Why not? Why not do that now when we have run this far? But like I said, you might like me doing this, or you might not. I mean, if you don't like it, then you will probably not be here at the end, right? But yeah, I like talking about hard stuff, and I keep doing it. So yeah. Anyway, let's turn in this quest.
Do you have the shards, Realm? They are needed for my final ritual, after we have the mind's eye.
Yeah.
You have done well, Realm. These shards are well formed. Already I hear them sing to me. And while you were gone, I spoke with the spirits of the jungle. I know where the mind's eye rests, and who guards it.
Follow
the
up.
mind's eye is held by an
And we
ogre
got
mage,
to...
east of here and deep within the Mosholgoga Mound. His name is Mazoth. I know him from when the Dark Spears dwelt in Stranglethorn. He is vicious, and his magic is strong. And if he has the mind's eye, then his magic will be stronger still. You must face Mazoth and wrest from him the mind's eye. It is a perilous task, but it is the only hope we have of saving Yanaku.
Alright. I didn't expect a follow-up here, so where is that? It's over here. That cave. Yeah, we will probably do that next time around. And I also probably get down here, so we're not done in Stranglethorn. I might not even be done talking about America. I don't know, maybe I'll find a new topic for next time. Maybe. That was a pretty hard topic about the mass shootings and all that. School shootings, sorry. I mean, it's both things, actually, but whatever. So yeah, we still got more to do here in Stranglethorn next time. Not a whole lot, but just a few things here and there. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the horrible ramble about mass shootings and school shootings, and hopefully stay tuned for the next horrible topic. Yeah, guys, see you around.